later on in the day. More racing coming up. Back to the senior category now, qualifying heat. C versus E heading out onto the circuit, and this one.
The green light has been illuminated at the end of pit lane. The drivers head out for their formation lap. Let's take you through the grid then for this qualifying heat in Groups C and E. It's Kenzo Craigie on pole position. Czechia's Yuri Peschel alongside on the front row. Noah Wolf and Oliver Kinmark form up row 2. Alexander Chartier and Zach Drummond, another driver who had an up and down day yesterday, starts on row 3. Danny Kelleher, podium last time out in Viterbo, starts on row 4 alongside Jakub Kamenek. The top 10 is completed by Joel Pokala and Joe Turney. Paul Andriotis and Davide Bataro go from row 6, completing the first half of the grid on row 7. Sun Yibei and Georgi Zatov.
Sky Parker and championship leader Christian Kostoya go from row number 8 in this one. They've got a lot of work to do from there. Austin Gale back on the scene and with Birilat Racing this weekend on row number 9 with Vanessa Shilkaneta with Tony Cup Racing and her first weekend in a senior. Oscar Gallin and Sadamat Soy going from row number 10. They'll have Elliot Kaczynski and Zach Green on row number 11. Maria Neto and James Anagnosiadis on row number 12. Peter Stiller and Sunna Z on row 13 with Leif Mamina and Mats Van Ruin, also another one of those drivers stepping up into the senior category for the first time this weekend. Will be on the 28th spot of the grid. All 28 karts are out on track, which is good to see. But this one, I am looking forward to a little bit on this one because you've got race winner Zach Drummond in this one. Kenzo Craigie, double race winner. Drummond had a tough day yesterday. That second race, not one to forget, I think, for him. Recuperate today and get on with this one. But again, some really solid results from a lot of drivers in this one, especially from the likes of Joe Turney, who started on the 10th place spot. 2 third places yesterday, doing Joe Turney things effectively when he has a tough qualifying, really excels in those qualifying heats.
It's something that Joe has been a master of for so many years, is racecraft. This circuit really, really rewards that because of all those opportunities to overtake. Some very shrewd moves through the field yesterday. Keep an eye on Christian Kostoya as well. Did not have a good qualifying yesterday. Is in damage limitation mode. At least with the results yesterday, he is on course for making it through to the final. Let's see what happens in this one. 13 laps underway then for Group C and E. It's a good start for Craigie. It's a good start for Peschel as well. They're immediately looking to break off the front of the field. Wolf defending for 3rd. Drummond trying to go around the outside there for 4th place. And into turn number 4 they go. All looking pretty good at the moment. Kinmark slipped back a little bit. Good opportunity here, though, Anthony, for Craigie and Peschel to break away from the rest.
Yep, certainly is. Now they could really focus here and not really battle, try break away, but we'll have to wait and see on this one. Drummond, he's been squeezed off the circuit. Bring it back on, lad. He does so, but he tumbles back down the order. That is a tough one for him. You could see it as soon as he went off the grass. He was like, the frustration kicked in immediately.
I mean, he did a very good job not to spin. We've seen several drivers go round in that part of the circuit so far this weekend. End of the first lap. Craigie leads from Peschel, Wolf, Kelleher, Chartier. Pokala's had a good start. Up 3 places to 6th. Kamenek, Kinmark, Drummond and Turney complete the top 10 at the moment. Where is Christian Kostoya? He's gone backwards down to P18 as Drummond looked. Kostoya's off with Kaczynski, and that is a big moment there. That was for 18th place. That is exactly not what you need if you are the championship leader looking to recover back through. And here goes Joe Turney. Turney aggressive round the outside, takes another position there on Kinmark up to 9th place, and the others will know now, as is that Sky Parker on the move. Yes, it is brilliant stuff from Sky Parker now up into the top 10. Kostoya this weekend is in a real spot of bother. He's got a good lead in the championship. He will still be the championship leader by the time we get to the finals. Drummond's fighting through, and Turney's now having a go down into turn 1. Your Turneys, your Craigies, your Jacopo Martinezes, when we see him out later on, they have got to score big through these qualifying heats in championship points if they want to take this title lead away from Costoya.
No, they're certainly right on that one. They've really got to pull a finger out here to push through, and right now, so is Sky Parker. Look at this. Absolutely accelerating away from Jaki Kamenek behind. He's got Davide Mataro now who's got through past him. So Mataro on the charge. Kidmark is the next one behind. Anthony Otis is there. Austin Gale, Solazi and Peter Stiller. They're all trying to push through the field right now. Back here though with Joe Turney behind Alexander Chartier. Make that in front of Chartier now as they go through onto the start-finish straight. That's a really strong start then for Joe Turney again on this run up into 7th place. But it's so open now at that sharp end that this might be a difficult second half of the race for him.
It might well be, but I think the tactics that Turney's going for so far is keep the consistency up, because I say there's so many drivers that have had, you know, Zach Drummond being a good example from yesterday, a race win and then the 23rd. That's going to really drop you back. If you're consistently in the top 5 and have no mistakes on a weekend like this, you're going to be a long way up the intermediate classification, and again, that will transfer into big championship points. Last year's champion in this series looking to fight back after a tough round in Viterbo. This is what happened to Costoya.
Whoa.
Well, I don't think there was much Costoya could do there. Now, was Kaczynski encouraged into that one? He's definitely got a drop front fairing on that one.
Yeah, I think, well, Kaczynski's reaction to that one, which was looking behind him and throwing his hand up, would suggest that, yeah, he was put into the back of Costoya. And yeah, that's going to be a really tough one for Costoya to fight back in this, because yeah, he's having a really torrid one, and he might find himself struggling to even make it into the final later on this weekend. I think he's still okay, but he's going to be near the back of the grid.
I had him with my unofficial commentary box calculations in the top 20 overnight, so okay, he can maybe afford one bad result, and if he gets good ones in round 4 and 5, he's going to be up at the sharp end and looking to score points later in the weekend. But he's not going to be scoring championship points in this stage now, unless something miraculous happens. This is a good scrap. Sky Parker, good to see Sky moving forward. She was very unlucky in qualifying yesterday, just a little bit of timing off, but still qualified in the middle of the field. She's having a back and forth with Austin Gale. Austin Gale, good to see both Austin and Toby Gale here this weekend. On a bit of a wild card appearance themselves for the Birrell ART team. These are two young drivers, plenty of experience, looking to make their mark this weekend.
Yeah, certainly are. Right, Isaac briefly back on that fight at the front. Craig and Pesh still very, very close. Back to this one here, though, as, well, Kamenek holding off the likes of Austin Gale now. Sky Parker going through as well. That's nicely timed. Utilising the fellow Birrell Art teammates there and pushing through nicely. This one for Austin Gale, really important weekend on this one. Of course, they are fighting for what will be, well, their next chapter in the world of their motorsport racing career. A big jump into the world of the Birrell Art team. Really showcasing good pace. They had a great round in qualifying. They've had some tough races so far, but are really showing some good pace over the course of this weekend. Eyes on this, Craigie and Peschel for the race lead. It has stayed 0.2 of a second, and I think this is smart from Peschel. He knows he's got the pace, he's matching there with Craigie, but he's not attacking, and I think that's good, and that's why they've opened up a 2-second gap from anyone else.
Yeah, they've still got quite a few laps in this race to go, so it'd be too early to start going back and forth as if it's a cadet race or something like that. So end of lap number 7, 6 to go. Craigie last time around a 50.505. Showing the track's definitely quicker today. Track is a lot quicker in race trim today. We were seeing 50.4s on pretty much brand new tyres as the best pace from the likes of Roman Kamiak yesterday. All of these drivers at the front, they're 2.5 races and a timed qualifying session through their use on their tyres, and they're matching pretty much that pace from the fastest drivers earlier on in the competition. And credit once again to the whole Max's team for providing a tyre that allows the drivers to push race after race after race. A couple of changes further down the order. Sky Parker's had a problem. Has fallen back down to 15th place. Has just got back ahead of Sunday Bay, so something's happened there. James Anagnostiadis is on the move again. Anthony, we've not mentioned the Australian so far in this race. Had a bad qualifying yesterday. There he is, in the brightly coloured helmet, up 12 places into 12th place. So keep an eye on the 2-4-8 in the latter stages of this race. This is almost a repeat of what he did in round 1 yesterday.
Indeed, saw him very briefly there again on your screens, but looking very comfortable here at the moment. This is that fight on your screen now. Anagnosiadis has got Austin Gale for company just ahead in this road, looking a little fast there on the exit, utilising it straight away. Nicely timed there from Anagnosiadis, and again just showing some really controlled racing over the course of this season. Kamenik down the inside now of Gale, and unfortunately Andriotis also through as well, so Austin Gale losing out of 3 places there in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, difficult moments, but it's one of the reasons the drivers like this rugby circuit, that when you do lose positions, there's so many overtaking opportunities. You can fight back if you pick your battles and you pick your moments. We're on to lap number 10, 9 completed for this this qualifying heat between groups C and E. More racing coming up as this 3rd round of heats continues. Zach Green has gained a position past Sky Parker for 16th place. Bit of a quiet weekend so far for the DPK Racing individual. There they are. Green in the very recognisable helmet colours that many a Green use, of course, and Jamie Green, the main man in that family, former DTM driver, used to use back in the day. Here's a nice move. There is Andriotis going for 1, and the Energy Course showing some good speed this weekend.
Yeah, all of them are indeed. We've seen them, Lev Kritzl, of course, looking very strong as well in the other classes. So again, looking really, really competitive are the Energy Course team this weekend. But eyes focus on this one. Gale is not over with this fight. He's got back past Kamenik, squeezes in between the two of them around the outside there. At turn at number 4. That is nicely done there from the driver from Thailand, and looking forward to seeing what he could potentially do here on Andriotis. Knocks the move down the inside at turn at number 7. Thinks against it, but still in a very strong part of this race. Lap number 11 we are on this one. Andrew, and still the pace looking mighty, mighty strong for the front 2. Yeah,
really, really good there. Managing that gap at 2 seconds. That was one of the VDKs going down the inside. Peter Stiller looking to move up the order into 14th place. 2 laps to go then. Oh, a new personal best and fastest of anyone from the race leader through sector number 1. That tells you everything with how Kenzo Craigie is tackling this race. Zach Green at the back of this train, hoping for some positions to be gained in the latter stages of this race. It's just inside, on my calculations, the top 36 overnight. So some positive results today for Zach can give him an easier run through the superheats tomorrow. That's a nice switch back, and yet there's just going to be enough room to get through past Kamenik there. Kamenik, just wonder, struggling a little bit perhaps on tyres. Here comes Sky Parker. Because we've seen Kamenik having to do a lot of defensive work in this race, Anthony.
Yeah, so far, but again, that could just be the mentality of a driver, because of course the track's so wide here that they may think that, oh no, I've got to defend, we're near the end of the race, and then unfortunately when you get to that stage, that's where you just start to lose places. It's so difficult to defend here. You have to really position the car so perfectly over the course of a lap, because it's so easy to get a move down the inside or to get a switchback. For someone who's not needed to worry about a switchback is this young man here, Kenzo Craigie. 2 wins yesterday, is looking for his 3rd win today, and is on course for a pole position in that final, but there's a long way to go to find that one out. Kenzo Craigie, 3rd win of the weekend, crosses the line ahead of Yindra Peschel, who claims his 2nd place of the weekend. Noah Wolf takes 3rd ahead of Daniel Kelleher. Zach Drummond from Joe Turning, Davide Batara from Oliver Kinmark, Jörn Pokala and Alexander Chartier, who rounds out the top 10. Good races there for Drummond, despite that drum right at the start. Kept his head cool this time around and holds on to a P5.
Game on. Game properly on in the senior category. Craigie goes 3 from 3. Could still be matched though in this round of heats by Roman Cambiat, but right now Craigie goes to the top of the IC. There is your provisional result. Craigie from Peschel, Wolf, Kelleher, Drummond, Turney, Bataro, Kinmark, Pokler, Chartier, your top 10. James Anagnosiadis, biggest mover, up 13, finishes P11. Paul Andriotis, Austin Gale, Peter Stiller and Zach Green in the top 15. Jakub Kamenik, Sky Parker, Sunyi Bay, Elliot Kaczynski, Christian Kostoya in the top 20. Points for Kostoya, but not a large amount of them. Will need to have good rounds 4 and 5 now. Maria Neto, Sun Anzi, Oscar Gallen, Vanessa Schilkenator in the top 25, completed by